Hi everyone, it is Alex with Holistic Movement Pilates. Today I have an upper body workout for you on the reformer. You're going to use a box for props, so go ahead, grab a box. You can just set it to the side for now. For most of class, we are going to be, and if not all of class, we're going to be on one medium spring on our reformer. So on my balance body reformer, that is one blue spring. So again, majority, if not all of class, we will be on this one medium spring. Foot bars are going to go all the way down, and then we can just go ahead and lie ourselves down. Again, boxes can just go to the sides. We don't need them quite yet. Now, once we lie down, we're going to have our headrest either up or down. That's up to you. Again, our focus is going to be upper body today. I'm going to reach behind me and just grab my right strap into my hand. And then once I grab my right strap, I can either grab the long loop or the short loop. That's going to be up to you. Long loop is going to be lighter for your arm. Short loop is going to be heavier. Now, technically, this is a little lighter than where I would usually have you at for arms. So if you want to make it a little heavier, you can always reach through your strap and grab your knotted part of your rope. I think I'm going to start on the knot, and then if it gets too heavy, I can always switch. So again, if you want it heavy, grab onto the knotted part of your rope. The right arm is going to go straight up to the ceiling. It should be right over our shoulder. We're in our neutral spines. And then I'm going to pick my knees up into a tabletop position. I have my legs zipped together. I'm going to exhale and just pull my right arm straight down towards my side. And then I'm going to inhale, return back up with control. Again, I'm going to exhale to pull straight down. And then I'm inhaling to return back up, feeling my lat engaging as I pull. Exhale to pull down. Inhale, return. Now the legs are staying zipped together. Again, if you would like to make this lighter, you're grabbing onto the longer loop. Exhale down. And again, inhale as we return the arm back up. Now we're gonna add in some single legs with these, and we're just gonna do the left leg. So the next time I pull my right arm down, I reach my left leg out. I inhale, return. Again, I'm gonna stay on the left as I pull, and then I'm inhaling to return. Now, if you want to hang onto your shoulder block with your left hand for a little extra stability, you can go ahead and hang on to it. Again, we're just pressing the right arm straight down. We're extending the left leg out, and then we return to come back in. Let's do two more. Now on this last one, I'm gonna hold my arm and leg out. I'm gonna bend my elbow and my knee for tricep extensions. I press my palm down, I extend my left leg back out. I inhale to return, I press and extend. And again, I inhale, return. Again, drawing the abs in, keeping the bra lines heavy, holding that nice neutral. Exhaling away, inhale, return. That elbow just stays right into your ribs the entire time. Press and extend. Return. I'm going to go for 3. Okay, then on my last one, I'm going to hold my arm and leg out. My leg is going to stay out. I'm going to open my right arm out to the side of the room. I'm going to reach it up to the ceiling. I'm going to pull down to my hip for a circle. I'm going out to the side, up to the ceiling, and I'm pulling back down to my hip for arm circles. Again, the left leg is just staying out away from us. Now the next time we go to the hip, we hold, and then we reverse. I go up, out to the side, and then I'm exhaling again to press my palm back down to my hip, maintaining, again, my neutral, up, out, exhale to press. Now this next time I come back up, I'll pause at the top, I'll bring my left leg in, set my feet down, hang the strap up, and then we're gonna do the same thing on the left side. So again, long loop, short loop, or you can reach through your strap and grab the knotted part of your ropes. That's gonna make it a little heavier. Left arm is up to the ceiling, right arm is either at your side or you're hanging onto your shoulder block. Knees up into our tabletop position, legs are zipped together. We're just pulling the left arm straight down to start, and we're returning it back up towards the ceiling. Exhale to pull, and inhale again as I return back up. So no legs quite yet, keep them zipped together. And every time we pull down, we're scooping into our core. So I'm drawing my abs in to my back. All right, now we're gonna add in that right leg. So the next time I press my left arm straight down, I extend my right leg out and I inhale to return, press, extend, return. Again, that left arm stays long the entire time. I want my right obliques to fire as I extend my right leg out. And again, inhaling as I come back in. Okay, I'm gonna do 2 more. And then again on this last one, I'm gonna hold out, bend my knee, bend my elbow, tricep extensions with those single legs still. Inhale, bend, and exhaling again as I press my palm down. Again, elbow should be staying right into the ribs. It can either be hovering off the carriage or it can be relaxed down. Wrist stays long the entire time, so just watch that that strap doesn't bend your wrist. Okay, let's do 3. Now on this last one, I'm gonna hold out, open my arm out to the side, bring it to the ceiling. I pull down to my hip. Again, for that circle, I'm keeping my right leg long. The lower it is, the more challenging. So if you need to bring it higher up, you can. Try to maintain that nice steady pelvis. The next time we go to the hip, we pause, we reverse. So I go up, out, and I'm exhaling again to press my palm back down to my hip. Up, out, exhaling again as I press my palm back to my hip. Okay, now when I come up, I'm gonna bend my knees, relax my feet, and I'm gonna hang that strap up onto the peg. Okay, we're gonna sit ourselves off to the sides. That was our little arm / abdominal warm up. Now, again, we're staying on this medium spring. I'm gonna take my straps off of the pegs, and then I'm just gonna pull my carriage out. I'm gonna step right into the well. And then when I step into the well, I'm gonna sit down onto my wooden platform. If you need to make this lighter, you can always make this lighter. If you wanna go heavier, you can go to a heavy spring instead of a medium. I'm gonna take my long loops into my hands just because I'm gonna be able to get a little more range of motion. If you do want the short loops, it does make it a little heavier. My carriage just hits the stopper when I use my short loops, so that's why I like to use my long, so up to longer short loops. Now, arms are gonna reach out, shoulders are pulled back, not forward, and then they're out of our ears. We're sitting up nice and tall on top of our sits bones. My palms are rotated towards each other, wrists stay long. We're gonna exhale, pull our elbows into our ribs, and then we're gonna inhale, extend, exhale, elbows into ribs, and then we're inhaling to extend. Again, sitting up nice and tall. My abs are in to my back. I'm exhaling to row, and then I just inhale to extend my arms back out, getting right into those posterior muscles. So the back side of the body, pull and extend. Those biceps are working as well. Okay, I'm gonna go for 4, 2, and 1. Now, when I extend, I'm gonna go ahead and pause. I'm gonna rotate my palms down to the floor. This time when I pull back, I'm gonna go wide elbows, fish should go right around my armpits, and then I extend my arms back out. So I pull wide and I inhale to extend. Same thing as before, I'm sitting up nice and tall. I'm drawing my abs in to my back. Exhale, pull, inhale, extend. And then as always, when we are doing these arm things with the straps, your wrists are staying long. So I'm not bending, I'm not tenting at the wrists. Now you should feel your deltoids, tops of the shoulders, tops of the arms, a little more for this series. Again, you can make this lighter, you can make it heavier, that's up to you. I'm gonna pull back 4 more times. Okay, last one. And then once I extend, I'm gonna pause. We're gonna flip our palms up to the ceiling. We have bicep curls. I'm gonna exhale, curl in, and inhale, extend. Controlled curl, controlled extension. These should be a little more challenging than what you're used to for bicep curls. As always, I'm not pulling my elbows into my ribs. That's not a curl. I'm keeping my elbows away. I'm bending the elbows and then extending those arms. Exhale, curl, inhale again as extend. I'm gonna go 4 more here. Ooh, 2 and 1. Okay, now on this last one, I'm gonna rotate my palms back towards each other. I'm gonna draw my shoulders back. We are going to stand slightly up. So I'm keeping a little bend to my knees and I'm hinging forward. I'm scooping into my abs. I'm still in a neutral spine. Tricep kickbacks. Palms are rotated towards each other. We press the palms back, we bend, we press, we bend. My spine is staying in the same spot the entire time. Exhale, press. Inhale, bend. Draw your abs away from your legs. Let's go ahead and do 4. 2 and 1. Ooh, okay, stand on up. We're gonna step out of the wells. And then once we step on out, we're gonna keep both straps in our hands, stay on this medium spring. We're gonna kneel on our reformers carefully, and we're gonna face the foot bars. Now, up to you as always, for your arms. Long loops lighter, short loops heavier. I'm gonna use my short loops for this one. Elbows are gonna be bent into our sides, palms are flipped up. Before I sit onto my knees, I'm stabilizing from my legs, glutes, core. So when I come up, I don't topple forward. So I'm gonna use my legs, glutes, core for stability. Okay, stay here. We're gonna exhale, reach the arms out, chest height. We bend to come back in. We exhale to go out chest height. When I bend to come back in, my palms should be about belly button height when they come back in. So they go slightly up when we reach out, slightly down when we come in. Shoulders are down as always. Collarbones stay wide. Exhale, reach. Inhale, return. I'm gonna do 3 more. Really feeling those biceps working now. Okay, last one. Exhale out, and then inhale, return. Now, once we come back in, I'm gonna pause in. We are going to reach back out one more time. We're gonna hold our arms out here. Rotate your palms towards each other. Find more of a bend to your elbows. Hug a tree. We're gonna inhale, open the arms out to the sides. Exhale, fingertips together. Inhale, open. Exhale, back. As always, when I open my arms out, I'm not losing sight of them in my peripheral. So I'm making sure that I still have sight of my hands when I open, and then bringing those fingertips back together. Feel those deltoids here. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, relax your arms. We're gonna go into our loops now. Again, long or short loops, up to you. I'm gonna take my hands right to my forehead. I'm gonna bring my thumbs together, my index fingers together. I'm gonna take my triangle that I'm making with my hands right to my forehead, and I'm just gonna hinge ever so slightly forward, just a tiny hinge forward. I'm gonna exhale, push my arms out, and I'm gonna bend to come back in. Exhale, press, inhale, back. I'm going out at a slight diagonal up, and then I'm bending to come back in. Exhale away, inhale, back. Let's just do 3, 2, last one. Okay, now let's take those hands behind our head. I'm gonna take both straps into each hand. Again, keeping a little hinge forward, tricep extensions. Extend, bend, extend, and bend. Again, I'm just leaning ever so slightly forward. If it feels more comfortable to sink your butt back for stability, you can always sink your booty back here. Let's do 3. I'm just gonna stay with my butt back. 2, and 1. Whew, okay. Arms down to our sides. We're gonna sit our butts back. We're gonna hang our straps back up onto the pegs. And then once we hang our straps up, I'm gonna stay on this blue spring. Again, that's a medium on my reformer. We're going to grab our boxes and they're gonna start onto the right side. So as always, I usually refer to right and left, as in when you're lying down on the reformer, right side. Long box is gonna be on the floor, just like mine. It is, I'd say my front of the box is almost in line with my headrest here. If you wanna make it a little heavier, you can push it further away from your headrest, closer to the straps. I'd say if you want it, it doesn't have to be super light, but if you do want it a little lighter, you can push it a little further forward towards your springs. But again, right about in line with your headrest should be good for everyone. If you want it heavier, lighter, you can change your springs as well. Now we're kneeling on our box. We're facing the foot bar. And then our hands are just gonna go onto the two front corners of the box. We're in our 4-point kneeling position, so shoulders should be over the hands, hips should be right over the knees. I'm gonna bring my left hand onto the shoulder block next to me. My palm is just gonna be flipped down to the floor, so my palm is like right at the top. It's not holding onto the outside of my shoulder block. Okay, stabilize from shoulders and core. On an exhale, I'm gonna bend my left elbow wide to pull my carriage out, extend, wide, and extend. So the elbow isn't going into my ribs, it's going slightly out to the side and extending. I am really feeling my posterior muscles. So those triceps and lats are really firing up here. Pull and extend, pull, extend. Again, if you need this lighter, you can always change your springs. If you want it heavier, then you'll pull your box further away from the foot bar. Eyes should be looking to the floor, abs are in. Okay, now once that carriage goes home, I'm gonna pause with my carriage in. I'm gonna reach my left leg behind me and I'm gonna tap my toes down onto the floor. Now, every time I pull my carriage out, I'm gonna lift my right leg up and I'm gonna tap my toes down when I come in. Lift, tap when I come in. Again, abs are in. I'm just lifting that leg straight up. I'm squeezing my butt and then I'm returning it back. Exhale, lift, inhale, return. Exhale up and inhale back. Let's do 3, 2. Now on this last one, we're gonna hold the leg lifted. We're gonna keep the carriage still. Little pulses of the carriage, little pulses of our leg. Little pulses of the carriage, little pulses of the leg. Abs are in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let the carriage go all the way out. Now, before we do the other side, we're gonna push our box now so that the back of the box, the spot of the box closest to me, is like right in line with my shoulder blocks here. And I'm gonna rotate now, so I'm kneeling on my box and I'm facing the opposite direction. Now, if you scoot your box further towards the straps, this will be heavier. If you scoot it closer to your foot bars, it's lighter. So adjust your box as needed. 4-point kneeling again. Right hand is on the shoulder block this time. Again, palm is at the top. Elbow should be wide. It's not into your body. We exhale to push. We bend wide to come back in. I can push my box a little further forward here. Exhale out, wide to come back in. There we go. That's a little heavier. Exhale out and then inhale back. Again, abs are in. The only thing moving should be that right arm. So my shoulders are staying parallel to the floor. My pelvis is staying parallel. I'm not letting my chest move as I push out and in. I don't want that. It's just the right arm out and in. Now, this next time we come in, I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna reach my left leg behind me. Again, my toes are on the floor. Every time I push out, I lift my leg. I tap my toes when I come in. Out and in. Again, pelvis, shoulders, stay parallel to the floor. Eyes look to the floor. Lift, tap those toes every time you come in. It should be a little harder here. 3, 2. Okay, and this last one, we hold little pulses of the carriage, little lifts of that leg. Abs in. 4, 3, 2, 1, whoo, and in. Okay, take that box, go to the other side. Again, we're gonna start with it closer to the back side of our reformers. So the front of the box, the part of the box that's closer to our foot bar, is like right in line with my headrest here. And then I have my self facing the foot bar. Okay, we're pulling out and in. I just realized my plant might be in the way here. Okay, shoulders, hips parallel to the floor, abs are in, right hand is on top of the shoulder block next to us. We pull wide, extend, pull wide, extend. Exhale and inhale. I go a little further back here. Right arm's always a little easier if you're right arm dominant compared to the left. Wide, extend, wide, extend. Again, we're really gonna feel our lats and our triceps working here. Exhale, pull, inhale, control back. Okay, I'm gonna do 3 more without my leg. And 1. Okay, now I extend my left leg back. My toes are down on the floor. Every time I pull, I'm gonna lift my leg, tap my toes, lift the leg, tap those toes. And every time I pull out, I lift and I return. Feel your core working with the leg, just like the last side. Your core should be working as well. 3, 2, okay, on this last one, hold out. Little pulse of the carriage, little lifts of the leg. Pulse and lift, pulse and lift. 3, 2, 1, and in. Okay, let's go ahead. Push that box all the way down. Again, I had to push mine a little closer, so honestly, the back of my box, I'm gonna line up more with my headrest, just like the front of the box the last time was lined up with the headrest. We're gonna kneel, face the opposite direction this time, and then back into that nice 4-point kneeling position, shoulders over the hands, hips are right over the knees. Take your shoulder block with your left hand. Again, the elbow should be wide. We go out and in. Now again, what I don't want you to do is move your chest or your pelvis. So my shoulders stay parallel to the floor. My hips stay parallel to the floor. The only thing moving is my left arm to push on and in. Again, I don't want you to push so far out where your chest drops down to the floor and you rotate to the right. No, it's just that left arm out, wide to come in. Scoop into your core. Okay, now on this next one, when I come in, I'm gonna pause, reach my right leg behind me, lift the leg as I push out, tap the toes when I come in, lift when I push, and tap those toes when I come in. Exhale, inhale, push, return, push, return. Exhale away, inhale back. 3 more. Okay, last one, hold out. Little pulses of carriage. Ooh, little lifts of that leg, that left arm. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In. Oh, that left is always so much worse for me. Okay, I'm just gonna push my box off to the side. Done with that. I'm gonna stay on this medium spring. We're gonna kneel in our reformers and face our foot bars. When I kneel, I'm gonna take my knees more towards the edge of my carriage. I have at least like an inch away from the edge. And then I'm gonna take my hands onto the foot bar. And then once we get here, if you feel better, which I prefer you to go onto the foot bar, but if you feel better with your hands on the wooden platform and your knees a little further back, you can do that. But again, I prefer foot bar for this next one. We're gonna push the carriage out with the knees and we're gonna bring it back in. Now, right now, I do not have my shoulders directly over my hands. I'm pushed out a little bit with my arms. I'm gonna stay like that just because I like that little push out when we go into push-ups. So don't think for this, you necessarily have to have your shoulders over your hands. So just kneeling planks, out with the knees and in, out with the knees and exhale in. Let's do 3 more. Arms don't move, just the knees. 2. Now in this last one, we're gonna hold our knees out. We're gonna do 8 wide push-ups. So I'm gonna bend my elbows wide, press, wide, press. The knees don't move. Abs are in. I have 4, 2, 1, and in. Okay, open the knees out wider, drop the butt back, drop the chest down, keep your hands on the foot bar. We're just gonna hold this child's pose for a second. Okay, then the hands stay. You're gonna push the carriage out with your knees. Your chest is down in between your arms. You're stretching out your chest here. I'm resting my head on the wooden platform too. Okay, then I'm gonna drop my butt back down. One more stretch before we continue with arms. We're gonna thread the needle. I'm gonna take my left hand underneath my body. My palm is flipped up to the ceiling. I'm trying to drop my left shoulder down and I'm just holding this stretch. Again, I'm trying to keep my left shoulder down. My palm should be flipped up to the ceiling. Okay, then we're gonna switch, thread that needle. Okay, then we're gonna come back center. Again, we are staying on this medium spring. I am rotating to the right side, and then when I rotate to the right, I'm going to go ahead and grab the strap that's just out towards the right side. And then when we are here, I'm gonna keep my left knee down. Now, I'm not up against my shoulder blocks here because I'm gonna hold on to my carriage too when I do this. I'm gonna take my right foot into my headrest and my left knee is going to stay down here. So my knee is like right underneath my hip and then for my left leg, and then my right knee is like right over my right ankle. Now, from this position, we are going to do hug a tree. So we're gonna open the arms out wide. My shoulders are parallel to the wall in front of me. I'm gonna exhale, bring my fingertips together, inhale, open. Now, as always, long loops are lighter, short loops are heavier. So whatever you feel more comfortable with using here. Exhale together and inhale, return. Shoulders stay down. We bring the arms into a circle out in front of us. I'm just touching my fingertips and I'm opening my arms back out. We're gonna do 3 more. And 2 and 1. Okay, now my least favorite, which is why I'm using the long loop for this one. We're gonna reach our arms up towards the ceiling, almost like goalpost arms, but more of a bend to our elbows. We're going overhead with our circle. So we touch overhead, we return back down. More like a U shape when we come down, and then back overhead for our circles. Exhale, overhead, inhale, return. Now when I go overhead, I'm trying to keep my shoulders, especially that right one, out of my ears. We'll just do 4 more here. And 2 and 1. Okay, now take the strap into your left hand, rotate towards the straps. And then once we rotate to the straps, our right foot is still in our headrest and our left knee is down. Now I'm gonna choke up way more onto this just because it's a little easier. I'm gonna hold on to the knotted part of my strap and then I'm gonna reach my left arm out away from me. My palm is gonna be rotated towards my body. Right hand wherever you feel comfortable. Bow and arrow just to the left. We're gonna pull, rotate left, extend, pull, pull, rotate left, extend. Exhale and inhale. That elbow should be going wide. I'm bringing my fist like right to my armpit and I'm extending back out. Okay, we're gonna do 3, 2, and 1. Okay, now once we extend, we're gonna go ahead and pause. I'm gonna grab onto my shoulder loop now. We're gonna reach the arm out. The palm is gonna be flipped up. We're just gonna do bicep curls. So we'll exhale to curl. We'll inhale to extend, curl and extend again. Right hand can be just wherever you feel comfortable. Same thing as before bicep curls. I want you to keep your elbow away from your body. Find that stability in legs, glutes, and core. Shoulders and hips should be staying parallel to the wall in front of us. Exhale, curl. Inhale, extend. Okay, I'm gonna do 3 and 1. Okay, then I'm gonna go ahead, hang my strap back up onto the peg. I'm gonna switch feet. So now my left foot is in, my right foot is out. Grab your strap, the right strap off the peg. We are rotating towards the right. I'm gonna take my strap into my left hand again, long loop light, short loop heavy. We're hugging that tree out in front of us. So arms wide, we bring the fingertips together and we open back out again, making sure that our strap is not pulling our torso side to side. So I'm keeping my upper half of my body and technically the lower half nice and still. So my torso doesn't move with my arms. Shoulders are down. I'm gonna do 4. And that left side is always way worse for me. 2 and 1. Okay, not looking forward to this next one. We're going overhead and then we're rotating back towards our strap. So ready? Overhead, and then come back to like that U, exhale, overhead, and inhale, return. And I'm really feeling my left leg working as well, just to hold my stability. Ooh, my deltoids hate this. 4 more. Try to keep those shoulders down. And 1. Okay, not my favorite at all. Rotate towards your straps. Actually, my least favorite things to do are shoulders. Okay, left foot stays. We're going into bow and arrow. Again, left hand can be wherever it feels comfortable. I'm grabbing onto my knotted part of my rope. Palm is facing the floor. We pull wide when we rotate. Extend, pull wide when we rotate. Extend again. My elbow should be wide and I'm aiming for my fist to go somewhere around my armpit when I pull back. Okay, let's do 3, 2, and 1. Okay, bicep curls, and then we're out of this kneeling position. Arm is out away from you, palm should be flipped up. We exhale to curl, we inhale to extend, again curl, extend. Find that stability in our legs, glutes, and core. I'm gonna do 3 more. And 1. All right, now once I come back, I'm gonna hang my strap back up onto the peg. We're just gonna do 1 round of push-ups. So we're gonna straddle our reformers for these push-ups. Just a reminder, If you are shorter or if you have a reformer that's higher off the floor, you're stepping off of your reformers, you're walking around to your foot bars, you're standing on the floor in front of your foot bar, and you're taking your hands onto the two front corners of the carriage, and you'll do your push-ups there. Otherwise, if you want to kneel on your reformers like this and do push-ups here, you can also do that for modification. Again, if you are shorter or if you have a reformer that's higher off the floor. Honestly, if you just want to kneel and do push-ups on the frame, that might be the easiest for this one. Okay, so I'm going to stay on the same string. Hands are going to go onto my shoulder blocks. I'm going to lift my butt up off of my carriage. Now, my knees stay slightly bent. I'm going to push my carriage out one time. If you want it heavier, you're walking your feet further forward, lighter, you're walking a little further back. We're going to bend our elbows wide. We're pushing out, wide, we're pushing out. Now, it's a little lighter than normal with this medium spring. So if you want to step a little further forward, you can. Abs are in. Again, I'm keeping my chest parallel to the floor. 3, 2, on this last one, my elbows go narrow and I push, narrow and I push. Abs are in. Narrow press, narrow press. Let's do 4 more. 2 and 1. Okay, now if you want to sit down, you can. We are going to step off to the side, so if you just want to step off to the side, you can step off. We're going to walk around to the front of our reformer. I'm facing my foot bar, staying on this medium string. I'm going to dive forward, and I'm going to take my hands right onto the two front corners of my carriage. We are just stretching, okay? Let's push our carriages out. I'm going to drop my chest down in between my arms. I'm going to hold this stretch. And I'm going to tuck my pelvis around through my spine to come back in. Again, push the carriage out. Drop the chest down. Round through the spine to come back in. 2 more. And then last one, push. And then round to come back in. Now, hands are gonna stay here. We are gonna push out again. We're gonna pause. I'm gonna take my right arm, thread it underneath my body. Palm is flipped up. I'm dropping my chest down and I'm pushing my left arm out as much as I can. I'm relaxing my legs on the foot bar too, just so I don't fall forward. Okay, then we're gonna go center, take the right hand back. Ooh, left arm is gonna thread under. And then palm is flipped up and we're holding. My reformer just made a crabby noise. Okay, bring that left hand back on. I want you to push your carriages out again one more time. Let your chest drop down, heels are anchored, hips are back. Hold here for a few deep breaths. Now we're gonna round through the spine. Ooh, bring our carriages all the way back in. 1 vertebrae at a time. We're gonna roll our spines all the way up. I'm gonna give my shoulders a little roll back. We are all finished. As always, I hope you all enjoyed that upper body workout. Thank you for joining me. Have a great rest of your day.